What's happening, everyone? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's Wednesday, new review day here on the channel. We've got here the brand new one from, of course, one of the most legendary heavy metal bands of all time, Metallica. 72 Seasons is the name of the album. And no, I didn't do it on purpose. I'm not wearing a Jethro Tull as a joke to Metallica because of the whole Grammy Awards nonsense from way, way back when. Did not do that on purpose. Just kind of worked out that way. Anyway, this is their latest album. Comes a few years. They've been back releasing heavy metal again. Over the Hardwired to Self-Destruct, right? Hardwired and Death Magnetic, right, are the two most recent albums. And now we've got this one that comes out. This just got released last week. And let's take a look at the packaging. First, let's spend a little time on the packaging because I definitely want to get that out of the way. So here, yes, that's James behind bars. First of all, if you're going to do this, why not put the whole logo on the damn CD? Or the album. I know it was on the wrap along with the title of the album, but once you take that off, it's gone. So here you have this kind of crib with all sorts of things: headphones, clocks, glasses, guitars, TVs, tricycle, or little big wheels, all sorts of stuff. 72 Seasons is meant to kind of commemorate the first 72 seasons of your life, right? How important it is those formative years are in everybody's lives, right? Where you go through the 72 seasons, the first, 18 years or something like that. However the math works out. I didn't do the math, it's just what I heard somewhere. So, but, as is, once you take the wrap off, you're left with this kind of abomination, right? And it gets even worse from there. So when you open it up, right, in order to get to the actual CD, there you got James looking kind of grizzled. There you got Kirk looking kind of grizzled. Here's the headphones right here. You open it up further. There's Lars. There's the globe, right? There's Robert. Here's the old burnt up turntable, I guess it is. And now all of a sudden we're left with one of these things. You got the booklet just kind of flaps on the inside. So here you have the inside. And again, one of my big pet peeves is in order to see the track listing, you have to open this whole thing up or look at the cover here. You get it in here, obviously, in the booklet. But, when you just kind of, you want to look at the back, there's nothing on here. It's like, this is just a monstrosity. I don't know who thought of this. This is just absolutely ridiculous. And then, when you want to put it away, there is a specific order to fold it back again. And if you don't get it in that specific order, it kind of doesn't always fit perfectly. I guess when you think about it, it should be any order, right? Because they're all the same length. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making it too complicated because I want to. Yeah, probably. Anyway, regardless, I don't like this at all. I don't like it. Sam, I am. All right, and then the booklet. Lots of yellow here. There's the burnt up teddy bear, and there's the guitar with the neck off of it, lyrics to the songs, and so on and so forth. And I think everybody knows who plays what on here, right? James Hetfield, guitar and vocals, Lars Ulrich, drums, Kirk Hammett on guitars, and Robert Trujillo on bass. Produced by Greg Feidelman, and with Hetfield and Ulrich working out. Greg, of course, has worked with the band before. And, so let me get all this out of here. It's like like something you would get in a takeout food restaurant. You fold it back up and you put like some pulled pork and baked beans and a slice of cornbread in the middle, and here you go, sir. Here's your order, right, from the barbecue place. Just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. All right, so let's get back to the album at hand. So, 12 songs in total, just about 80 minutes long. It's a long one, folks. Strap yourselves in, you're in for a long ride. Most tracks, though, here's the interesting thing. Most of the songs, though, are like 5 to 7 minutes long. Not crazy long. The closing track, Inamorata, is 11 minutes and change. So that's really the longest song on there. But most of them are like I said, they're fairly, they're not ridiculously long. But because there are 12 songs in total, and each one is like 5, 6, 7 minutes, then you get the big epic closer, right? The album feels really long. It really does. I don't know if the songs themselves feel overly long on their own, but together, feels kind of long. So we start off, excuse me, with 72 Seasons, the title track. Mid-pace cruncher to start the album. Yeah, the riffs aren't all that memorable, but it's fairly heavy. James sounds pretty venomous on this song, so I kind of dig that. And I like the chorus, which during the chorus it speeds things up a little bit. Overall, not a bad song. Pretty good headbanger, you know. I think first off the bat, I'm hearing production sounds not bad on this album. It's not bad. Shadow Follow is the next track. Already track 2, I'm kind of getting fatigued with Lars's uninspiring drum work here. You know, so far on the album, fills are nowhere to be found. It's just pretty straightforward stuff. Again, that's kind of what we expect from him, but man, it just you get like drum fatigue a little bit. So especially, again, we're only on track number 2. To me, this song sounds like Master of Puppets light. It's not awful, kind of generic sounding. Chorus isn't bad. And I can see this one kind of going over well live, mainly because of the chorus. And like I said, it's not like it's not heavy. You get a decent solo from Kirk, but, you know, there's the wah-wah again. It almost sounds like a solo we've heard from him before, right? So, I don't know. Shadow Follow, not overly digging that too much. Screaming Suicide is up next. This one kind of mixes hard rock and metal. I like all the changes that keep happening throughout the song, plus Lars, woohoo, finally giving us something here. There's some fills going on, some pretty exciting things happening here. Brief but tasty guitar solo from Kirk. Screaming Suicide, kind of dig that one, pretty good. Sleepwalk My Life Away. There's Mr. Trujillo, finally hearing him a little bit on this album, kicking off the song with some popping bass lines. Very nice, I dig that. Got some big, heavy, menacing riffs following. Pretty nice groove on this song. I'm digging the groove on this one. You know, for the most part, it's a mid-paced headbanger, but I like it. The chorus is strong too, and the riff kind of sticks with you. So I like this one, Sleepwalk My Life Away. That's pretty good. What else we got? You Must Burn! Kind of plotting number, though pretty heavy. James, I don't know, his vocals don't sound all that convincing to me here, though. And the chorus is kind of cringy for me. I don't know. One of my least favorite songs on the album. You know, here you got the band singing about witches and stuff like that. I don't know. It just doesn't really work for me. Lux Eterna, which was the first single they released from the album. There's a reason why they released this one early as one of the first tracks. This is kind of like your typical blistering Metallica thrash song. And though it's not reinventing the wheel by any stretch of the imagination, it hits all the expected spots. Fast-picked riffing. Busy Lars, blazing Kirk solo, a memorable chorus, plus at 3 minutes and 22 seconds, it's the perfect length. It's like the shortest song on the album. I wish we had more of these. And in fact, Metallica, if you're listening, give us more of this type of stuff. This is what we want to hear. Next up, Crown of Barbed Wire, another kind of plotter that wouldn't have sat on out of place on the last 2 albums. I don't mind it. It's pretty heavy. Lars is trying real hard, though by the end of the song, I kind of feel like, I don't know, something's missing. It's okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's okay. Chasing Light, next song, completely unmemorable. Sounds like a rehash of everything we've already heard on this album before. That's my big beef with this album. It's like I think there's 3 or 4 tracks on here that just sounds like rehashes of stuff we've already heard on the album. And Chasing Light is one of them. There's just nothing really sticks with me on that one. If Darkness Had a Sun, here the band's going back to kind of like And Justice for All vibe. Pretty crushing song, simple. I can groove to it. It's got a memorable chorus. Riffs are menacing. I'm all for that. If Darkness Had a Sun. I like that one. Too Far Gone. Not sure how I feel about this one. It's like 2 songs in one. Kind of a boring mid-paced rocker with some old school thrash flourishes dropped in spots. Kirk tosses in a few bits we've heard many times before. Chorus doesn't quite grab me. I don't know. It's one of those songs I think they're trying really hard to give us something they know people will really grab onto. Doesn't really work. It's okay. It's not terrible. It's not great either. Room of Mirrors. Another one that sounds like a rehash of what we've already heard before and on this album, right? I'm just feeling uninspired. It's not awful, but it's just kind of boring, unmemorable, and it just, to me, sounds like a band that's just trying to be heavy to recapture some magic and not quite doing it. And then we've got Inamorata, the 11-minute closer. Slow, doom-laden, heavy. Again, takes me back to And Justice for All, which I can totally get into. I'm a big fan of that album. So I think another explosive wah-wah solo from Kirk. But man, like right around the midway point, you get this whole little like extended like percussion buildup in the middle, which just like, you're looking at your watch and you're like, all right, why are we doing this? Can we just get to the point of the song? And then when it comes back in, you get this great dramatic like last 4 minutes of the song with some nice harmony guitars from both James and Kirk and some heavy stuff. And it's just like, that's what I wanted, right? Take out those 2 to 3 minutes in the middle. It's a much tighter 8-minute song. Otherwise I really like the song. I like the vibe of it. I think it's just nice and heavy and it's good. It's kind of menacing. It's kind of doomy. I don't mind when Metallica do that as long as the riffs are kind of cool and memorable. So overall, bottom line, the packaging. Beyond terrible, confusing, sucks. I don't like this at all. I mean, what if I don't have a CD player in my car anymore because I just bought a new vehicle, but if you have a CD player in the car and you want to, you're driving along somewhere, like, I want to pop the new Metallica thing in, and you got to deal with this, you got to go pull over somewhere and then just go through this whole nonsense, right? No good, no good, no good. So, yeah. No track listing on the outside. That sucks, too. I don't like that. I think the production overall is pretty good, but, man, at 80 minutes long, I had this on. I was listening to it the first time I put it on, and I'm like, all right, I'm liking parts of it. Other parts of it, I'm like, not really grabbing me, whatever. I felt like I was listening to it for 2 hours, and it was still going. I'm like, how long have I had this on for? How long is this fucking album, right? And I'm like, it's 80 minutes. God, it's felt longer than that. So I think trim 3 songs off of here, and this would make a much tighter hour-long album or CD. 60 minutes, I think, is as long as it really needs to be. You feel like it's 2 hours long. And, the crazy thing is most of the song lengths are fine, but there's too many of them, right? And, again, even like the 6 or 7 minute long tracks, cut a minute off of each one. Make everything on this album 5 minutes, 5.5 tops. Much better album, in my opinion. So for me, I'm going to give this, I don't know. I don't even know what to give it. I'm going to give it like... Again, it's not terrible. I don't hate it. I don't love it yet. I think there's some stuff on here I will really come to say, I really like that one, Right now, it's kind of in the middle. Either 3 out of 5 or 3.5 out of stars. I haven't decided yet, so it's kind of somewhere in between there. To me, it's not all that much different from the last 2 albums, which I enjoy parts of. I don't enjoy others. So, yeah. 3.5 out of 5 star. It's solid Metallica. It's modern Metallica. It certainly has its faults, but there's enough to enjoy on here. But, again, I've seen lots of people say, it's cool for a couple listens, but will we be playing this 6 months from now? I don't know. Hard to say. Right? Hard to say. So, but it's kind of a slog to get through. There's good stuff about it, but man, at 80 minutes long, it didn't have to be that long. They talk about, maybe we should have done a double album. No, maybe you should have saved a couple of these songs for the next album, right? Just put out a 50, 60-minute album tops, or trim some of these songs a little bit. Much, much better, because there are some good parts to it. But anyway, that's my review. Let us know what you think of 72. What the fuck is the name of this thing again? 72 Years, right? Is that what it's called? I keep forgetting what the name of the album is. 72 Seasons. I keep on calling it 72 Years. Felt like I've been listening to it for 72 years. Anyway, yeah, not awful, but not great either. But, decent modern Metallica. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Dog's going berserk downstairs. Holy cow. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon here with more stuff. Please hit the like button before you leave, and have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.